Greetings everyone, my name is Sedu Chuma for Financial Insight Zambia, and I am here at the 2023 Banking and Financial Services Conference being held at the Intercontinental Hotel and proudly sponsored by Bridging Gap Solutions. Right now, I am joined by Investrust Bank PLC Managing Director, Simangolo Ashakalima. Simangolo, how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Glad to have you.
Sure, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, so tell us a bit about the conference. What are some of your expectations and how has been the year in general?
So I think this is a conference that has come at an appropriate time. I think if you look at the history of banking and financial services in this country, you can literally put it in buckets. I think there was the 2008 financial crisis bucket, where everything was just running almost on autopilot, with traditional banking means and practices. And then you had the 2008 crisis, which affected the entire globe. And in there, I think everybody had to adjust in terms of how we provide credit, how we provide banking. But the one we're experiencing now is completely different. And I think the Minister of Technology and Science put it aptly well, where he was talking about the paradigm shift that has happened. The current conversation we're having at this conference has to do with the future of banking vis-a-vis technology. And I think the compelling factor really is we are dealing with an age where customer preferences and practices have completely changed. And they've been driven by capabilities that are coming with technology. And I think the bottom line is, if we don't have this conversation now, then the future of banking and financial services is at risk. And therefore, these conversations are stretching from, what kind of environment are we operating in? How do we remain relevant to the customer of today, but more importantly, even to the customer of tomorrow? And with technological advancements that are happening, there's an opportunity for us as players who are offering financial intermediation to rethink how we deliver that. And ultimately, I think it's about relevance and being fit for purpose for the future. So really, I think I'm pretty excited by what is happening. I think the first few speakers, have already summarized, very well in terms of the current status of things and what we should be thinking about. So really, at the end of the 1.5 days, I'm hoping that, we'll listen to a few more voices coming from industry and from those that are supporting us, from regulators and to actual, investors in the technology space, in terms of how we can collaborate and partner to be able to make financial services relevant even going into the future.
Now, speaking of technology, as Investrust Bank, how are you taking advantage of some of the technologies available to offer your services to your prospective clients and take advantage of the current environment?
Now, Cedric, I'm pleased to say that we haven't been left behind as far as innovation is concerned as a bank. As you know, Investrust is a local bank, and therefore, when we look at our catchment and our market, it's literally, the individual who's out there, whether they are working, not working, or someone conducting business somewhere. They are SMEs, but we also look at corporates, local corporates. We also look at public sector. And these, they all have different needs and requirements. But I think the bottom line is we've been able to invest in digital assets that have helped us, deliver, quicker service. It's improved our resilience and agility, especially when you look at core digital services like mobile banking, internet. I think we've been able to bring on board various partners in the fintech space who have helped us accelerate our development in that space. So I think the innovation that we've deployed in the last 5 years has been game-changing. So customers are now able to transact from, at their own convenience, using phones, using internet. So our mobile and internet banking has been, has really been upgraded to a point where you can do all manner of transactions. And it's not just about receiving money or paying out, but integrating with various service providers. Talk about bill payments. You can now pay your multi-choice. You can pay for a bus, and other services that you require without having to come to the bank. We love to see people in our branches. I mean, we are human beings, we are social beings. But I think the convenience that is being provided now, away from just branch and ATM interaction, has been game-changing, like I said earlier. So as Investrust, I think we've really invested and gone out of our way in terms of improving our digital assets to be able to accommodate clients of that nature. So I think the benefit is twofold. One, is on our side, it's increased our efficiency, because with very few staff, we're still able to deliver the service. But more importantly, the convenience and efficiency on the part of the clients, has been elevated. But when you look at that whole ecosystem, we've been able to bring in other partners on board who are running tech companies, through financial technology on board as well as part of that ecosystem. So it's a win-win for whoever is involved in these services. Ultimately, we've also connected to some of the government services so that, as people transact, some of it has been regulatory in nature. So for instance, you need to pay your NAPSA. Nowadays, you need to pay your NIMA and other services. All those have been integrated so that at least, the customers have got a choice to be able to perform those transactions.
Oh, that's really, really interesting to note. This has been Cedric Chuma for Financial Insight Zambia at the 2023 Banking and Financial Services Conference, sponsored by Bridging Gap Solutions. Thank you for watching and get to know.